72 hours. That's all it takes for the United States to completely dismantle Venezuela's military infrastructure. $4.2 billion in Venezuelan defense assets neutralized. 450 strategic targets eliminated. 0 American casualties. This is how America's most precise military operation would unfold. The scenario starts at exactly 2:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a moonless Tuesday. Intelligence intercepts confirm Venezuela's military just moved 12 Sukhoi Su-30 Mk2 fighter jets to forward positions near the Colombian border. Satellite imagery shows convoys of Russian-made S-300 air defense systems repositioning around Caracas. The Venezuelan high command believes they're invisible. They're wrong. U.S. Space Force satellites tracked every single movement for the past 96 hours. Thermal imaging penetrated the jungle canopy. Signals intelligence cracked their encrypted communications. The Pentagon already knows their battle plans better than they do. At 3:15 a.m., the order comes down from the White House Situation Room. Operation Caribbean Thunder is go. The mission objective is surgical. Eliminate Venezuela's ability to project military force. Neutralize air defenses. Destroy command and control networks. Secure critical infrastructure. All without touching civilian areas. The rules of engagement are crystal clear. This isn't shock and awe. This is precision devastation. The first wave launches at 3:28 a.m. from USS George H.W. Bush, positioned 280 miles offshore in the Caribbean. 4 FA-18E Super Hornets, equipped with AGM-88E advanced anti-radiation missiles, scream off the flight deck. Each aircraft carries a $127 million worth of technology. Their mission is simple but critical. Blind Venezuela's eyes. The Super Hornets climb to 35,000 feet and activate their LQ-214 jamming pods. Venezuelan radar operators suddenly see nothing but static across their screens. Confusion erupts in their command centers. Before they can react, the AGM-88E missiles are already in flight. Traveling at Mach 2, these weapons home in on radar emissions like bloodhounds. At 3:34 a.m., 6 Venezuelan early warning radar stations cease to exist. 6 simultaneous explosions. 6 mushroom clouds visible from space. The shaped charge warheads rip through reinforced concrete bunkers. Venezuela just went blind. What's your weapon of choice for taking out air defenses? Type A for cruise missiles, Type B for stealth fighters. Now the real assault begins. At 3:41 a.m., 2 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers that took off from Whiteman Air Force Base 14 hours earlier reached their launch points. Each B-2 carries 16 GBU-31 JDAM guided bombs. Total payload weight is 32,000 pounds per aircraft. These aren't ordinary bombers. Each B-2 costs $2.1 billion and has a radar cross-section smaller than a bumblebee. Venezuelan air defense crews have no idea death is circling overhead at 50,000 feet. The bomb bay doors open. 32 precision-guided weapons begin their descent. Their targets are Venezuela's 6 main military airfields. At exactly 3:47 a.m., the night sky over Venezuela erupts. Runways shatter into rubble. Hangars collapse like cardboard boxes. Fuel depots explode in fireballs visible for 40 miles. In 6 minutes, Venezuela's air force becomes permanently grounded. Those 12 Su-30 fighters never get a chance to take off. They're destroyed on the tarmac, twisted metal sculptures worth $50 million each now reduced to scrap. Simultaneously, 47 Tomahawk cruise missiles launch from 3 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers in the Caribbean. Each Tomahawk costs $1.87 million. Each flies at 550 miles per hour. Each carries a 1,000-pound warhead. The missiles fly 50 feet above the ocean surface to avoid detection. Their navigation systems use terrain contour matching and GPS guidance accurate to within 3 meters. The Tomahawks split into 3 groups. Group 1 targets Venezuela's naval facilities. At 4:12 a.m., the missiles slam into Puerto Cabello Naval Base. Venezuela's 4 Lupo-class frigates never leave port. Direct hits crack their hulls open. Diesel fuel spills into the harbor. 2 smaller patrol boats capsize from the shockwaves. Group 2 hits ammunition depots scattered across 5 provinces. Chain reactions of secondary explosions continue for the next 2 hours. Group 3 eliminates 12 command and control centers. Every military headquarters, every communication relay, every nerve center of Venezuela's defense network gets severed in a coordinated strike lasting exactly 11 minutes. But Venezuela's military isn't completely helpless. At 4:23 a.m., 3 S-300 PMU surface-to-air missile batteries that survived the initial bombardment activate their radar systems. These Russian-made systems can track 100 targets simultaneously and engage 12 at once. Each battery costs $115 million. The crews are well-trained. They lock onto incoming aircraft. They prepare to fire. This is their moment. But what they didn't know is that 4 EA-18G Growler electronic warfare aircraft have been orbiting the target area since 3:55 a.m. The Growlers unleash their ALQ-99 jamming pods at full power. The electromagnetic warfare is invisible but devastating. Venezuelan radar screens turn into useless noise. Fire control systems fail. Missile guidance computers crash. Before the S-300 crews can compensate, AGM-808E missiles are already tracking their emissions. At 4:26 a.m., all 3 S-300 batteries disappear in spectacular explosions. $345 million in Russian air defense technology becomes worthless debris in under 3 minutes. If you're enjoying this deep dive into modern warfare, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Hour 1 is complete. Venezuela's integrated air defense system no longer exists. Their air force is grounded permanently. Their navy sits as burning wreckage. Command and control is shattered. Total American ordnance expended so far is 89 precision-guided weapons with a combined value of $167 million. Venezuelan losses exceed $4 billion in equipment alone. Not a single American aircraft has been hit. Not one pilot is in danger. This is the terrifying efficiency. Hour 2 brings the psychological operation. At 5:30 a.m., every television station in Venezuela suddenly broadcasts the same message in Spanish. Emergency alert system tones blast from radios. Text messages flood every cell phone network. The message is simple. The United States military has neutralized Venezuela's ability to conduct military operations. All military personnel are ordered to return to barracks immediately. Resistance is futile. This is not an invasion. This is not an occupation. This is a precision dismantling of military capability. Civilian infrastructure remains untouched. Hospitals operate normally. Power grids function, water systems flow, but every military installation is now a legitimate target. Meanwhile, 12 AC-130J Ghost Rider gunships arrive over Venezuelan territory. These flying fortresses carry 30mm cannons, 105mm howitzers, and precision-guided small-diameter bombs. Their mission is to hunt down mobile targets. Venezuelan military units try to disperse into the countryside. They think the jungle will hide them. They're wrong. The AC-130 sensors can detect a human heartbeat from 15,000 feet. Thermal imaging sees through tree canopy. The gunships begin methodically eliminating mobile radar units, mobile missile launchers, and armored vehicle convoys attempting to relocate. Each engagement lasts seconds. A burst of 30mm fire, a target destroyed. The AC-130s move to the next target. It's not a battle, it's a cleanup operation. At 7:15 a.m., Venezuelan military leadership attempts to regroup. They establish a backup command post in a hardened bunker 200 feet underground near Valencia. The bunker was built with Russian assistance in 2019. It cost $89 million. It was designed to survive nuclear attack. The generals inside believe they're safe. They begin issuing orders to scattered units. They coordinate what's left of their defenses. For 23 minutes, they think they still have a functioning military. At 7:38 a.m., a GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator drops from a B-2 bomber circling overhead. This weapon weighs 30,000 pounds. It's specifically designed to destroy deeply buried targets. The MOP penetrates 200 feet of reinforced concrete before detonating. The shockwave collapses every tunnel, every corridor, every room in the bunker complex. Communications from the backup command post cease instantly. Venezuela's military is now fully decapitated. Hour 3 marks the maritime component. The USS Zumwalt-class destroyer, DDG-1000, approaches Venezuela's coastline. This $4.4 billion warship looks like something from science fiction. Its angular hull deflects radar like a mirror. At 8:45 a.m., the Zumwalt opens fire with its two 155mm advanced gun systems. These weapons fire long-range land attack projectiles that can hit targets 83 miles inland. The ship's vertical launch system unleashes 20 Tomahawk missiles in rapid succession. The targets are Venezuela's remaining coastal defense installations. Artillery batteries positioned to defend against amphibious assault. Anti-ship missile launchers hidden in coastal caves. Within 17 minutes, Venezuela's entire coastal defense network is eliminated. The Caribbean coastline is now completely open. What would you have done when your entire command structure gets eliminated in the first hour? Comment your answer below. By hour 6, the battlefield picture is complete. Every major military installation is destroyed or damaged beyond operational use. Venezuela's $12 billion military has been reduced to isolated units with no coordination, no air support, no naval support, and no functional command structure. American aircraft continue flying unmolested through Venezuelan airspace. They're not being shot at because there's nothing left to shoot with. Ground-based air defenses are gone. Fighter jets are twisted metal. Surface-to-air missiles are expended or destroyed. At 9:30 a.m., reconnaissance drones confirm secondary objectives. Venezuela's 24 main ammunition storage facilities are destroyed. 67% of their armored vehicle fleet is neutralized. Every bridge capable of supporting heavy military traffic within 50 miles of the Colombian border is dropped. Fuel depots containing 450,000 barrels of diesel and aviation fuel burn uncontrollably. The fires will rage for 3 days. The economic cost to Venezuela's military logistics is catastrophic. Hour 12 introduces the Special Operations component. While conventional forces dominated the airspace, special operations teams have been moving into position. 4 teams of Navy SEALs inserted via submarine at 4 a.m. Their mission is to secure key infrastructure that cannot be hit from the air. At 2:47 p.m., the SEAL teams simultaneously assault 4 locations: a major telecommunications hub in Maracaibo, a power distribution center near Caracas that serves military installations, a fuel pipeline control station, a military intelligence facility. Each assault lasts under 8 minutes. The teams use suppressed weapons, thermal optics, and overwhelming firepower. Security forces are neutralized before they can mount organized resistance. The facilities are rigged with demolition charges. At exactly 3 p.m., all 4 targets explode simultaneously. Venezuela's military loses its remaining communication infrastructure and its ability to move fuel to scattered units. Support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up if you found it valuable. By hour 24, the strategic situation is irreversible. Venezuela's military exists only as scattered units with small arms and light weapons. There's no central command. There's no coordination. There's no resupply. There's no reinforcement. American air superiority is absolute. Satellites track every movement on the ground. Drones circle continuously overhead. Any attempt to regroup gets immediately targeted. Venezuelan military personnel begin surrendering to UN peacekeeping forces that arrive in the second day. The surrender rate accelerates. Nobody wants to die in a battle that's already over. Hour 36 sees psychological operations intensify. Leaflets drop from aircraft over every remaining military unit. The message offers terms. Surrender your weapons. Return to your homes. The war is over. No criminal prosecution for enlisted personnel who comply. Safe passage guaranteed. The loudspeakers on AC-130 gunships broadcast the same message in Spanish. Units begin surrendering by the dozen. At 2:15 p.m. on day 2, an entire mechanized brigade walks away from their vehicles and drops their weapons. 847 soldiers choose life over pointless resistance. The economic impact becomes clear by hour 48. Venezuela's military spending of $2.1 billion annually just became irrelevant. There's nothing left to spend it on. The equipment is destroyed. The infrastructure is rubble. Rebuilding would take a decade and $50 billion minimum. International observers confirm that Venezuela's military capability has been set back 30 years in just 2 days. The country that once had the most powerful military in South America is now completely demilitarized. Hour 60 brings the endgame scenario. The Venezuelan government faces a choice. Accept a complete ceasefire and allow international monitoring, or watch the systematic elimination of every remaining government capability. At 12:00 p.m. on day 3, Venezuelan leadership agrees to terms. All military operations cease. All remaining military units stand down. International observers deploy to verify compliance. The conflict is over. This kind of detailed tactical breakdown takes hours to research. Subscribe to help us keep making them. By hour 72, the final assessment is staggering. The United States expended approximately $450 million in weapons and operational costs. Venezuela lost $4.2 billion in military equipment. 127 military facilities were destroyed or heavily damaged. 892 aircraft, vehicles, and vessels were eliminated. Venezuelan military casualties remained relatively low because most units surrendered rather than fight. American casualties numbered exactly 0. Not one aircraft shot down. Not one ship damaged. Not one soldier killed in action. This is what a pure military conflict looks like when one side has overwhelming technological superiority. The tactical lessons are clear. Modern warfare rewards precision over mass. Intelligence dominance enables perfect targeting. Stealth technology creates uncontested airspace. Electronic warfare paralyzes enemy defenses. Precision-guided munitions eliminate the need for carpet bombing. The side that controls information space wins before the shooting even starts. Venezuela had early warning. They had modern Russian equipment. They had trained personnel. None of it mattered. They were fighting a 20th century battle against a 21st century military. Implications echo far beyond the Caribbean. This 72-hour operation demonstrates American capability to any potential adversary. China watches and takes notes. Russia analyzes every phase. Iran studies the tactics. North Korea recalculates its options. The message is unmistakable. Challenging American military power in conventional warfare is suicide. The technology gap is too vast. The training difference is too extreme. The intelligence advantage is too complete. The aftermath tells another story. Venezuela's military infrastructure lies in ruins, but the country's civilian infrastructure remains largely intact. Hospitals still operate. Schools still function. Power grids deliver electricity. Water systems pump clean water. The surgical precision of American military operations separated combatant from civilian with unprecedented accuracy. This wasn't about destruction for its own sake. This was about achieving specific military objectives with minimal collateral damage. The international response splits predictably. Allied nations praise the restraint and precision. Adversarial nations condemn the action, but notably offer no military support to Venezuela. The UN Security Council debates resolutions. Nothing passes. The reality on the ground makes diplomacy irrelevant. Venezuela's military is gone. The facts are undeniable. The satellite imagery is conclusive. Independent observers confirm every assessment. Was this operation a demonstration of strength or a dangerous precedent? Leave your thoughts in the comments. The cost-benefit analysis stuns military analysts worldwide. For less than the cost of 2 F-35 fighters, the United States completely neutralized a potential threat. The return on investment in military technology is proven beyond doubt. Every dollar spent on stealth technology, precision guidance, satellite intelligence, and electronic warfare paid dividends. The Venezuelan military spent decades building their forces. The United States dismantled everything in 72 hours. The psychological impact may be the most significant outcome. Every military commander in every potential adversary nation now understands the reality. Conventional warfare against the United States is not just difficult, it's impossible. The technology gap cannot be closed through determination or courage. It requires decades of research, trillions in investment, and industrial capacity that few nations possess. Even then, success is uncertain. The American military operates in a different technological generation. The lessons for future conflicts are stark. Air superiority is non-negotiable. Without it, modern militaries become sitting targets. Integrated air defense systems must survive the initial strike or nothing else matters. Mobile operations become impossible without communication networks. Dispersed forces without coordination become easy prey for precision weapons. Underground bunkers offer no protection against penetrating weapons. Naval vessels cannot survive without air cover. The fundamentals of modern warfare have shifted dramatically. If you made it this far, you're the core of our community. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell. The Venezuelan operation proves that American military dominance isn't just about having more weapons. It's about having better weapons. Smarter weapons. Weapons that think. Weapons that communicate. Weapons that work together in synchronized networks. The F-35 isn't just a fighter jet. It's a flying computer that processes battlefield information faster than any enemy can react. The Arleigh Burke destroyer isn't just a ship. It's a floating command center that coordinates dozens of simultaneous engagements across hundreds of miles. The B-2 bomber isn't just a delivery system. It's an invisible platform that strikes without warning from altitudes enemy forces cannot reach. The future of warfare is written in these 72 hours. Nations watching this operation now understand the new reality. Building large conventional militaries with old technology is pointless. Matching American military capability requires fundamental changes in approach. It demands investment in areas where the United States might not dominate. Cyber warfare, asymmetric tactics, proxy forces, economic leverage, information warfare. The traditional military competition is over.